still hear her voice when I close my eyes. The laughter, the hum of a van engine, the silence that followed. It's been 24 hours since Halloween, and I can't stop replaying the moment I said, "You go ahead, I'll catch the next ride." If I hadn't, maybe Shirley would still be alive. Last night was supposed to be harmless, just a Halloween party in Burbank, loud music, cheap drinks, and plastic ghosts hanging from ceilings. Shirley and I went together, dressed as angels. She looked radiant, her soft blonde curls bouncing with every laugh, her wings glittering under the cheap disco light. Everyone adored her. She had that kind of warmth that made you trust her instantly. Around midnight, the crowd thinned. We sat outside, our heels in our hands, the streetlights buzzing faintly. I remember the chill in the air and how the fog rolled down from the hills like a ghostly tide. She said, "Let's hitch a ride home. I'm too tired to wait." I hesitated. It was late. The streets were empty. Then headlights cut through the fog. A gray van slowing down beside us. A man leaned out. Friendly smile, gray hair, kind eyes. "You girls need a lift?" Shirley recognized him. "Oh, I know him. He comes to my McDonald's. He's harmless." Something in my gut twisted. I shook my head. "You go, I'll walk. It's not far." She laughed. "Don't be dramatic. I'll text you when I'm home." That was the last thing she ever said to me. I never got that text. When I woke up the next morning, sunlight poured through my window, bright and mocking. Then my phone buzzed. Body found in Sunland. At first, I didn't believe it. I told myself it was someone else. It had to be. Then I saw the news photo. Her angel costume, her wings, torn and bloodied. They said it was two men, that she screamed for hours, that they recorded her dying. When the detective interviewed me, I couldn't stop shaking. I told him everything, the van, the man's face, the way she trusted him. They told me his name, Lawrence Bittaker, and his friend, Roy Norris. They had been hunting girls like us for months. My voice cracked when I whispered, "I could have been there too." The officer looked at me with pity, but all I saw in his eyes was horror. If I'd gotten in that van, maybe they'd have killed me too. Or maybe she wouldn't have been alone. Last night, I stood by the police tape where they found her, under the same moon we danced beneath at the party. The neighborhood was quiet now, but in the distance, I swear I heard it, faint, like a memory stitched to the wind, her laughter turning into a scream. I still wonder what would have happened if I'd gone with her. Would I have saved her? Or would we both be lying there, side by side in the ivy? Halloween used to mean masks and laughter. Now it means something else. That monsters don't wear costumes. They smile. They wave. They offer you a ride home. And sometimes you say yes. If your best friend was the one standing on that dark road, would you have gone with her? Or would you still be alive to regret it?
I was 9 when Timothy died. Even now, 50 years later, I still remember the sirens outside our house, red and blue lights spilling across the wet street, my aunt screaming from the front yard, and the smell of sugar and Kool-Aid in the air. They said it was the candy. A single piece, just one. For years, people told me it was a Halloween accident, some stranger in the neighborhood handing out poison sweets. But I knew the truth before the police ever did. because that night I saw something in my uncle's eyes that no one else did. A flicker of calm in the chaos. Halloween 1974 was the kind of night kids live for. Fog hanging low over Deer Park, streetlights glowing like jack-o'-lanterns, the world alive with laughter. Timothy, my cousin, was 8. I was 9. We ran between houses, our costumes half torn from excitement, our bags heavy with candy. Uncle Ronald had taken Timothy and Elizabeth trick-or-treating with another family, the Bateses. I stayed behind with my parents, waiting for them to come back. I remember Aunt Mary's laughter when they walked through the door, Timothy's shoes muddy, his face glowing. He dumped his candy across the carpet like treasure. Then he asked for one more piece before bed. Uncle Ronald hesitated, just for a moment, then said, "Sure, son." He picked a long pixie sticks from the pile. I remember the way he looked at it, like he'd been waiting for that moment all night. Timothy tore it open, poured some into his mouth, and frowned. "It tastes weird," he said. Uncle Ronald smiled, gentle. "Just have a sip of Kool-Aid." 30 seconds later, Timothy was screaming. His body convulsed so violently that the lamp beside the couch fell and shattered. Aunt Mary froze. I ran. I didn't understand what was happening, just the sound of my cousin gasping, choking, and then the silence that followed. By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. Halloween ended with the sound of sirens and my aunt's voice echoing through the night. At first, everyone thought it was a stranger. The police searched every house we visited. The news called it the poisoned candy scare. Parents everywhere panicked, throwing out chocolate bars, inspecting wrappers, banning homemade treats. But then, the truth began to unravel. Detectives said only our family had the poisoned pixie sticks, that Uncle Ronald was the only one who claimed to know which house it came from, and then, the part that made the whole neighborhood stop breathing, they found he'd taken out multiple life insurance policies on his own children. He even called the insurance company the next morning to ask about the payout. When I heard, I didn't believe it. He'd been the quiet one, the church-going father, the man who led prayers before dinner. But when the police showed us the evidence, his fingerprints on the candy, the matching staples from his home stapler, I realized the unthinkable. It wasn't a stranger who killed Timothy. It was his father. He'd planned to kill both his children that night, and maybe others too, to make it look like a random Halloween murder spree. But only Timothy had eaten the candy. The rest were saved by chance. They called him the Candyman, the man who killed Halloween. And our family name became something whispered, not spoken. Uncle Ronald was executed 10 years later. I didn't go. Aunt Mary didn't either. But even now, every Halloween, I still see parents checking their kids' candy, breaking open wrappers, sniffing chocolate bars like detectives. They think they're being careful because of a stranger. But the truth, it wasn't a stranger at all. Sometimes when I walk past a group of trick-or-treaters, I see Timothy in their laughter, the boy who trusted too much, the boy who loved his father. And I can't help but wonder if love can hide that kind of evil, how can we ever really know who's safe behind the door?
The door clicks shut behind me. I don't remember him locking it, but I hear it. The soft, metallic sound that makes my stomach twist. The room smells strange. Not candy, not pumpkin. Something heavier. I clutch my candy bag tighter, the plastic digging into my fingers. He says, "Sit down a second." His voice isn't friendly anymore. The TV hums in the corner, showing colors but no sound. His shadow moves between me and the light. I tell myself I can leave any time, that I'll just smile, say thank you, and walk out. But my legs won't move. He steps closer, too close. Something in his eyes doesn't look like a person anymore. It's cold, empty. The air feels thick, like the room itself is watching. My heart races. I take a small step back. He doesn't like that. It was supposed to be a fun night. Just me, my candy bag, and the sound of laughter bouncing off the houses. I remember my mum's voice. "Be home by 8, Emily." I remember thinking, I will, I always do. I'd been walking alone after my friend cancelled last minute. The neighborhood felt safe. It always did. And then I saw him, Mr. Turner. He waved from his porch, smiling. "Got something special for my favorite trick-or-treater." I didn't think twice. He wasn't a stranger. That's the part that hurts the most. I didn't think twice. Back in the room, the air changes. He's breathing fast. I can hear my heartbeat pounding in my ears louder than anything else. I whisper, "I need to go." He doesn't answer. His hand reaches out, grabs my arm too hard. I drop my candy. It scatters across the floor like tiny screens wrapped in foil. His grip tightens. My voice cracks. "Please!" But my words dissolve into his shadow. I try to run. The carpet catches my shoe. His hand covers my mouth. The world tilts sideways. I can't breathe. The walls close in. The hum of the TV fades. And then, nothing. It's strange what you notice when you stop breathing. The sound of his panic, the way he whispers my name begging for silence. Then the closet door opens, plastic rustles, and everything goes dark again. The car ride feels like floating, a cold wind pressing against the bag around me. And then the trunk opens and I feel the air one last time, the sound of leaves, the smell of dirt. The world doesn't stop for me. Somewhere, kids are still laughing, candy still rustles, porch lights still glow, and my mum is still waiting by the window. Every Halloween, I still walk these streets. I follow the laughter. I watch the doors open. And I wonder, if evil wears a face you trust, how do you ever know when it's already too late to leave?
Stay spooked. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more chilling stories.